Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest stories. A simple dinner gathering I never imagined could so profoundly disrupt the stability of my once secure existence. At 57, I had established a cozy rhythm in my life. Tranquil mornings in the garden, afternoons lost in the pages of historical novels, and calm evenings shared with my husband James. After over 30 years of marriage, I believed that the era of surprises had faded into the past. I was utterly wrong. It all started innocently enough with a Friday night dinner hosted by James's longtime associate Nathan and his wife Jessica. Nathan, a gentleman in his late 40s, radiated charisma and wit. His striking silver hair and confident demeanor captivated everyone around him. We had known them for several years, our interactions mostly limited to professional events. Jessica exuded charm as a host, embodying grace and an effortless sophistication. Her talent for turning even the simplest meals into unforgettable experiences truly enchanted me. Their home was a charming suburban colonial, adorned with neatly trimmed hedges and a welcoming front porch. As we stepped inside, the gentle melodies of soft jazz filled the air, harmonizing beautifully with the alluring scent of roasting garlic and fresh herbs drifting from the kitchen. The dining table was graced with flickering candles, their soft light casting delicate, dancing shadows that waltzed across the beige and pale blue walls. The inviting ambience immediately enveloped me in a sense of ease. "Kindly enter, Elizabeth." Jessica's voice enveloped me in a comforting embrace, resonating with the gentle jazz melodies that danced through the atmosphere. "I'm truly delighted you could be here," she remarked. As she enveloped me in her embrace, her genuine warmth washed over my worries, bringing a sense of calm. "Thank you so much, Jessica," I said, beaming with joy. "The scent in this space is truly enchanting." As the four of us convened around the dinner table, Nathan poured the wine, his deep voice guiding us through entertaining tales from his recent adventures abroad. The conversation flowed smoothly, punctuated by spontaneous laughter. James experienced a wave of relief, fully enjoying the opportunity to break free from the burdens of his challenging job. When the dessert arrived, a heavenly chocolate mousse topped with raspberries, Nathan's gaze met mine. "Elizabeth, James shared that you possess a remarkable talent for gardening. I would be grateful for any guidance you could offer. My roses are having a hard time thriving." A gentle laugh escaped me, a warm glow of flattery washing over me at his acknowledgement. "I wouldn't call it talent, Nathan. It's really just about having patience. I would be happy to take a look at it." "That sounds delightful. Perhaps later this evening?" His gaze lingered for a moment, and a soft warmth flushed my cheeks. I dismissed the sensation, convinced that I was merely fooling myself. After we savored dessert, Nathan guided me through a sliding door onto a spacious patio, bathed in soft moonlight. The gentle evening breeze caressed the trees with a tender touch. Amidst the gentle aroma of jasmine wafting from Jessica's garden, James and Jessica remained inside, deeply engaged in their conversation about possible vacation destinations. Nathan led me to a row of roses, struggling to flourish beneath the gentle illumination of the outdoor lights. He sank down, examining the foliage intently, and motioned for me to approach. "Have you observed the borders turning yellow?" Nathan asked, his tone softening, revealing a genuine curiosity. I shifted slightly, acutely aware of the proximity between us. A single heartbeat quickened, its cause shrouded in mystery. "It appears they might benefit from some extra nitrogen," I proposed, striving to keep my tone steady. Nathan turned to me, his expression a blend of seriousness and warmth. "Elizabeth, I find myself yearning for the bond you have with James. After 20 years of marriage, Jessica and I seem to have drifted apart." His sudden candor caught me off guard. "Every relationship goes through its peaks and valleys, Nathan. It's entirely normal." He pondered it profoundly. "It might be. Lately, I've felt a certain emptiness lingering in the air." The anguish mirrored in his eyes resonated deeply within me. Just as I was about to utter a word, his hand grazed against mine. The fleeting instant left me in a state of disquiet, torn between astonishment and an unforeseen emotional response. "I'm sorry," Nathan murmured, instinctively pulling back, his voice laced with genuine shame. I had no intention of crossing any lines. My emotions were in disarray, and I caught myself hesitating. Initially, I felt the instinct to retreat, but a deeper impulse compelled me to offer compassion instead. "It's all right," I whispered gently. I was surprised by the very words that came out of my mouth. "You are merely articulating the reality." Nathan lifted his eyes, a feeling of gratitude illuminating his captivating features. A tranquil moment enveloped us as we acknowledged the subtle tension, gently yet distinctly. I felt an extraordinary sense of being comprehended in a way I had never encountered before, even if I couldn't fully articulate it at that moment. Returning indoors was akin to entering a surreal reverie. James's reassuring smile was reminiscent of something I knew, but it carried an unrecognizable weight that eluded my understanding. I noticed Nathan from a distance, immersed in his own thoughts, maintaining a respectful space around him. The evening concluded with a sense of warmth, but my mind remained tangled in the complex tapestry of feelings that had emerged. With James beside me, lost in peaceful slumber, I gazed at the ceiling, my heart heavy with lingering questions that remained unanswered. Was my reply simply a response to the unexpected focus? Or had Nathan awakened something profound within me that had remained dormant for so long? Could a transient connection truly disrupt the tranquility I had cherished for so long? With a blend of discomfort and curiosity, I began to realize that our previously delightful and stable existence now felt strangely insufficient. In the midst of chaos, I experienced a deep awakening within, much like a delicate bud blossoming to embrace the dawn's light, fragile, yet undeniably lively. Unbeknownst to me, this unexpected evening marked the beginning of a profound journey into self-discovery. A voyage defined by ephemeral instances, lingering looks, and the unspoken connection that was starting to blossom between Nathan and me. What awaited us would challenge every boundary we had carefully set, forcing us to confront truths we had long been avoiding. What happened next will leave you in disbelief. In the days following that remarkable dinner, my life appeared to carry on unchanged at first glance. Yet, beneath the soothing routines of wandering through the garden at dawn, enjoying tea while immersed in a book during the afternoons, and watching classic films with James at night, a quiet unease began to take root within me. I frequently found myself returning to that moment on the patio, where Nathan's hand brushed against mine, and his unexpected confession hung in the atmosphere. Each recollection stirred emotions I thought I had nearly forgotten. Years had passed since I felt that deep sense of being genuinely seen or desired, even if only for a fleeting moment. Yet, beneath the wave of these emotions lay an enduring feeling of guilt. James was my beloved husband, my eternal partner, and I held him close to my heart. Yet, within Nathan's vulnerability and his raw honesty, there was a resonance that stirred a long-buried part of my heart. On a radiant afternoon, I found myself immersed in thought beside my cherished lilacs, meticulously snipping away the withered blossoms. The garden, usually my sanctuary of peace and clarity, seemed altered today, as my thoughts continued to swirl uneasily. "Elizabeth, Sophie, there's a visitor waiting for you." James's voice resonated from the back porch. As I turned, my heart raced, feeling as though it was caught in my throat. Nathan stood near James, clad in a casual blue button-down shirt and jeans, his demeanor a blend of warmth and wariness. My heart raced instantly, yet I urged myself to stay composed, greeting him with a serene smile. "I'm sorry for arriving unannounced," Nathan murmured gently, stepping closer with caution. "I would like to delve deeper into the topic of those roses. Nonetheless, if you're juggling numerous responsibilities, that's perfectly fine." I replied quickly, sensing a hint of eagerness in my tone. James smiled, completely unaware of the tension simmering quietly between Nathan and me. With a light-hearted laugh, James retreated into the house, allowing the gardening experts to continue their tasks. Nathan and I sat in silence, the weight of unspoken words hanging between us. Birds chirped merrily in the air, blissfully ignorant of the quiet unease lurking beneath our outwardly cheerful demeanor. At last, Nathan cleared his throat, breaking the stillness that hung heavily in the air between us. "Elizabeth, I must reiterate my sincere apologies for the events of that night." He began gently, infusing each phrase with heartfelt emotion. "I crossed a line, and the burden of guilt has lingered with me ever since." I scrutinized his expression intently, noting a genuine sense of remorse mirrored in his blue eyes. A heaviness nestled in my chest, an odd mixture of relief and disappointment intertwining within me. "There's no need for apologies." I offered him gentle solace. "Nothing happened." He nodded softly, leaning in closer, his voice a whisper, almost lost in the air. Nevertheless, an event took place. We both felt it. My breath caught in my throat as Nathan's gaze locked onto mine with an unwavering intensity. His voice carried a softness that was both genuine and heartfelt, each word chosen with care. "I recognize that this isn't correct, Elizabeth. I've tried to set it aside, but thoughts of you keep sneaking in," he confessed quietly. "It feels like a lifetime since I've felt a connection like this." A wave of warmth enveloped me, swiftly succeeded by a swell of doubt. "Nathan, I'm in a serious relationship." "Content in my marriage, I see," Nathan responded gently. "I would never wish to disrupt your life in any way. Yet, I wish for you to grasp that you ignited something deep inside me. It was an experience I never imagined I would face once more." In a brief moment, a profound silence surrounded us, broken only by the soft rustle of the leaves overhead. My heart pounded in my chest, torn between my loyalty to James and the irresistible pull of Nathan's genuine warmth. I shifted my focus, emotions battling fiercely within me. "Your honesty truly holds great significance for me," I finally whispered. Your words struck a deep chord within me. Nonetheless, it is essential that we honor the boundaries that hold significance for each of us. It's unfair to all parties concerned. Nathan exhaled slowly, clearly wrestling with his own internal conflict. He extended his hand softly, a gesture of comfort and support. I acknowledged it momentarily, the gesture imbued with a profound sense of quiet understanding above all else. "I respect your decision," he said softly. "What I genuinely seek is your presence by my side. If that is all we can offer, it is enough." I nodded slowly, but the intensity of his gaze suggested an entirely different narrative. "Friendship," I murmured, softly releasing his hand. Nothing more. The ensuing weeks were steeped in a quiet turmoil. Nathan and I exchanged short messages about gardening tips or casual chats about the weather, ensuring our interactions remained within certain boundaries. Every encounter, regardless of its brevity, subtly enriched our bond. I found myself anticipating his messages with a blend of thrill and trepidation swirling within me. One evening, James nonchalantly mentioned that Nathan and Jessica would be joining us for the company-sponsored gala event downtown. My heart raced at the thought of seeing Nathan again, particularly in a crowded place where our silent bond might be difficult to conceal. As dusk descended, the opulent ballroom awakened with soft harmonies, shimmering lights, and elegantly dressed pairs gliding gracefully through the space. James guided me through the door, his hand gently resting on my lower back, providing a soothing presence while he remained unaware of the turmoil simmering within me. From across the room, I spotted Nathan immediately. Our eyes met with an electric intensity, igniting a flame deep within my heart. As we sat down for dinner, the dialogue flowed effortlessly among the four of us. In the midst of joyful laughter and polite exchanges, Nathan and I shared brief, covert glances, each look brimming with unvoiced tension, each subtle smile carrying deep meaning. After dinner, the guests gracefully moved towards the dance floor. James, with his usual charm, extended his hand to Jessica for a playful dance. Amidst gentle laughter, They engaged with other couples beneath the twinkling lights, leaving Nathan and me in quiet isolation. We took a brief pause as Nathan gently reached out his hand, his voice soothing and inviting. "May I?" In the face of uncertainty, I found myself accepting his invitation to dance, fully conscious of the profound emotions that lingered in the air. My heart raced as we began to sway gently, the world around us dissolving until it was only Nathan and me. "You look absolutely breathtaking tonight," he whispered, his voice rich with warmth and sincere admiration. A surge of warmth enveloped my face, and I sensed a lump rising in my throat, engulfed by a torrent of unexpected emotions. "Nathan," I began softly, sensing the perilous path that lay ahead of us. We chose to remain friends. He reclined slightly, fixing his gaze on my eyes, his expression a blend of tenderness and determination. "Through our friendship, I've come to appreciate you in a new light, as someone I hold in high regard and esteem, all while carefully considering the limits of what is fitting." We continued to move forward together at a relaxed tempo, our intimacy both soothing and emotionally perplexing. My mind screamed caution, yet every part of me was irresistibly drawn to this man who perceived the hidden facets of my soul. Before I realized it, the music had reached its end. We paused, our gazes meeting, silently acknowledging the delicate boundary we had crossed. "It's hard to fathom that I'm experiencing these emotions," I whispered, my voice quaking slightly. "Yet, I discover that I cannot help but yield." Nathan extended his hand, a gesture of solace, his face etched with worry. I took a step back, softly, understanding the limits we could not breach. "I completely understand, and I promise we will respect any decision you choose to make." I withdrew, weighed down by a blend of longing and uncertainty, silently grateful for his thoughtfulness yet still haunted by the depth of our intertwined feelings. As I approached James, I donned a polite mask, smiling outwardly while wrestling with the undeniable reality that was intensifying within me. Little did I know, the events of that night would plunge our delicate relationship into a more profound conflict, an unexpected revelation that would change the trajectory of our lives eternally. What happened next will leave you astounded. As the weeks slipped by, the quiet longing and doubt within me only grew stronger. I exerted all my energy to conceal my feelings, burying them beneath gardening chores, morning walks, and routine dinners with James. Nathan's words stirred softly within me, bringing to life emotions I had long forgotten. On a dreary, rain-soaked afternoon, as I rummaged through old photographs in our cozy sitting room, the unexpected chime of my phone startled me. My heart quickened, instantly recognizing the presence before me. Nathan's message was brief yet powerful. "Elizabeth, do you have a minute to talk? This holds great importance, I assure you." My breath hitched in my throat, a tempest of anxiety and anticipation swirling within me. After a moment's hesitation, I replied, "Of course, where can I find it?" He suggested we gather at a quiet coffee shop on the fringes of town, a spot where we could talk privately while still honoring our obligations. I agreed, my heart pounding with uncertainty, my thoughts tangled yet yearning to understand the motive behind his persistence. The cafe radiated a warm allure, wrapped in the scent of freshly brewed coffee and the soft whispers of quiet conversations. Nathan lingered at a secluded table in the corner, his hands firmly intertwined, his gaze revealing a profound intensity of feeling I had never witnessed before. He spoke gently, beckoning me to sit down with a quiet motion. He seemed uneasy yet resolutely committed, his expression serious. "Hey, Nathan, what's happening?" I asked softly, trying to hide my unease. "Has something happened?" He exhaled slowly, his fingers running through his silver hair, his gaze revealing a deep sense of melancholy. "Is Jessica aware?" A surge of unease enveloped me, my heart racing with trepidation. "Do you comprehend? What is the essence of it? Are we?" Nathan nodded slowly. An eerie sensation enveloped her at the gala. "Yesterday, she confronted me with her worries. I was unable to mislead you, Elizabeth. I laid bare all my feelings to her, my emotions, our interactions, even though nothing has genuinely transpired. A chilling fear wrapped around my heart, a wave of anxiety rising within me. Nathan, I find myself utterly speechless. You don't need to say a word, he murmured, his eyes brimming with a yearning hope. Jessica and I reached a pivotal understanding. I believed it was essential to engage in a candid dialogue with you and explore what the future holds. What unfolds next? I whispered gently, a tide of dread enveloping me at the mere idea of losing the serene existence I had carefully protected. Nathan took my hand gently, soothing my trembling fingers. His touch offered comfort, yet it intensified the turmoil within me. I promised Jessica that I would respect whatever choice she decides to take. Elizabeth, Sophie, should you choose to go, I want you to know that I will completely understand. If you sense even a hint of what I feel, then we must face it honestly. His sincerity was clear, and his candidness was deeply moving. My eyes brimmed with tears as I struggled to find my voice. Nathan, you've stirred feelings I thought had faded into the past. For over 30 years, James has been my whole universe. He locked his gaze onto mine with a subtle intensity, his hand grazing mine for a fleeting moment as we both silently recognized the intricacies of our emotions. I completely recognize that I would never wish for you to jeopardize that trust. Is it possible for you to genuinely deny the bond we have come to understand? Ought it not to be acknowledged? My heart was undeniably torn, caught in a fierce struggle between unwavering devotion and burning desire. Deep down, I recognized that Nathan was right. The bond we had forged, delicate yet powerful, simply couldn't vanish. We owed it to ourselves and our partners to embrace honesty. After an extended pause, I finally found my voice, quivering with genuine emotion. My emotions are impossible to overlook. You have rekindled memories of parts of myself that I had almost forgotten. Yet, the idea of inflicting pain on James overwhelms me with dread. I dread the thought of losing him, and I also wish to spare Jessica any hurt. Nathan nodded, his expression revealing a deep comprehension. I resonate with those emotions. Nonetheless, I believe that hiding the truth ultimately leads to greater suffering over time. Maybe revealing the truth will help us all figure out our next moves. We remained in silent reflection, absorbing the weight of his words. The rain softly drummed against the cafe windows, mirroring our quiet reflection. I finally murmured that I must speak with James, a blend of relief and fear enveloping me with the admission. He deserves to know the truth. Nathan grasped my hand firmly for a brief moment, then released it gently. Text regardless of what happens, Elizabeth, I will always stand by you, whether as a friend or something more profound. Take your time. Just know that you're not alone in this journey. We parted ways with an unspoken understanding, emotions woven together yet clearly defined. As I drove through the gloomy, rain-soaked streets on my journey home, I steeled myself for the challenging conversation that loomed ahead, one that I dreaded yet recognized was inevitable. James deserved to uncover the truth, regardless of the hurt it could bring. That evening, after dinner, we found ourselves in the living room, enveloped in a quiet stillness. I mustered the courage to break the silence and speak. My heart pounded wildly, a torrent of unease crashing over me. James, I would like to discuss something with you. I began gently, my voice betraying my unease. He carefully placed his newspaper aside, looking at me with a trace of concern. Is all well, Elizabeth? I took a deep breath, my heart weighed down as I looked into his comforting, well-known eyes. An unforeseen occurrence transpired recently. I didn't engage physically, but emotionally, I found myself connected to another person. His expression shifted swiftly, moving from confusion to a quiet anguish. His voice held a gentle quality, yet beneath it lay a palpable tension. Nathan, surprised by his understanding, I gradually nodded, a wave of guilt tightening around my heart. Certainly. James inhaled deeply, his eyes focused yet distant. At the gala, I found myself captivated by the way he looked at you and how you reacted to his gaze. It was never my intention for events to take this turn, I murmured, my tears cascading down my cheeks. You have meant the world to me, James. My feelings for you run profound and true. Yet this feeling has awakened something deep inside me, something significant. I had to be honest. He regarded me with a thoughtful look, a hint of sadness mirrored in his eyes. Following a moment of stillness, he gently grasped my hand, surprising me completely. I appreciate your honesty, Elizabeth. You had the opportunity to shield me from this truth, but you opted for honesty instead. That holds great importance. His response took me by surprise, intensifying the regret I was already feeling. James, I sincerely apologize for what transpired. He bowed his head, his voice gentle yet firm. Apologies are unnecessary when it comes to the essence of being human. 30 years is a significant span of time. Emotions transform, people transform. Indeed, I feel pain. Nonetheless, I understand. You deserve the truth too. My heart broke quietly, consumed by his compassion and insight. I find myself in a state of confusion, uncertain about the path that lies ahead. I sense a lack of direction. James grasped my hand gently, releasing a profound sigh. Give yourself a moment to breathe. Uncover the true yearnings of your heart. No matter the situation, my utmost desire is for your joy. His kindness shattered me gently, enveloping me in gratitude while deepening my grief. In that instant, I realized that the true strength of our bond resided in James's unwavering appreciation for me as a person. We lingered in quietude, the gentle ticking of the clock echoing the fleeting, fragile, and precious nature of our existence. Regardless of the choices before me, I came to understand that James's generosity had changed everything, uncovering possibilities I had never imagined could be real. As the tranquil evening faded into the soft arms of night, I understood that the hardest choices lay ahead. The path that lies before us may be filled with uncertainties, but honesty has shed light on our journey, guiding us toward authentic self-discovery and growth. Yet, I found myself ill-equipped for what came next, a final revelation that would alter the trajectory of our existence for all time. In the days following that honest and profoundly impactful conversation with James, everything seemed oddly surreal. Each day felt fragile, suspended between the comforting embrace of the past and the uncertainty of the future. James and I opened up about our feelings, worries, and dreams with a profoundness we hadn't felt in ages. This unexpected openness drew us closer, ironically fortifying our bond even amidst the uncertainty of what was to come. Nathan and Jessica set out on a path to clarity, choosing counseling to explore their complex emotions. Nathan and I chose to maintain some space during this delicate period, giving ourselves the chance to reflect deeply without any pressure or expectations. On a radiant afternoon while tending to my garden, my cherished refuge that unfailingly brought me tranquility, James approached quietly, bearing 2 cups of tea. He positioned himself beside me, gently presenting the steaming cup. Elizabeth, Sophie, he began gently, his tone soothing yet affectionate. I have devoted a significant period to introspection. I studied his expression, sensing a blend of strength and vulnerability within him. I feel the same way. James's warm smile offered a reassuring comfort, his well-known presence calming my anxious thoughts. A profound understanding dawned upon me. Our union is founded on love, intertwined with friendship, respect, and honesty. Maybe after all this time, it's essential for us to allow one another the freedom to pursue happiness, even if it means embracing change. Tears brimmed in my eyes at the rawness of his honesty. What are you trying to say, James? He took my hand softly, his expression revealing true feelings. My feelings for you run deep, and I hope you can uncover what your heart truly desires, even if it requires some distance for you to sort through the emotional turmoil this situation has brought about. Regardless of what happens, you deserve happiness. We share that sentiment. In the serene embrace of my garden, surrounded by vibrant blossoms swaying gently in the warm breeze, I discover a profound clarity regarding the journey ahead. Living, much like nurturing my garden, requires courage, resilience, and an openness to change. Connections transcend simple routines or duties. They embody authentic connection, compassion, and thoughtfulness. Sometimes, what seems impossible at first leads us exactly to our true path. I glanced at the house where James chatted effortlessly with Nathan and Jessica, their laughter drifting softly toward me.